Why it sucks to be Akaza. Intro. Akaza. Upper rank 3. A warrior feared by demon slayers across generations. A monster who shattered lives, crushed Hashira, and painted battlefields red. But behind his fists, behind his terrifying strength, lies a broken soul. A boy who never asked for this. A man who lost everything. And a demon who could never escape his own curse. This is why it truly sucks to be Akaza.
そうか。術式展開。破壊策羅針。鬼にならないなら殺す。いい刀だ。
Section 1. Hakuji, the child of suffering. Before Akaza, there was Hakuji, a boy born into hardship where every breath was a struggle. His father, sick, weary, clinging to life. Hakuji was only a child, but the weight of survival was on his shoulders. To keep his father alive, he stole food, he stole medicine, anything that might buy them just one more day together. But in Edo society, a thief was not shown mercy. Each time he was caught, he was punished brutally. Beaten, humiliated, tattooed with criminal marks. Every line on his skin was another reminder to the world, this boy is a sinner. But still, he endured it all. Why? Because his father's life was worth the pain. Until one day, it wasn't. When his father discovered the truth that his son was suffering and bleeding for him, he left a note, a short, bitter farewell. And then he took his own life, believing his death would free Hakuji from a criminal's path. But it didn't free him. It chained him to despair. Because now, Hakuji wasn't just a branded thief. He was an orphan, utterly alone. Section 2. A glimpse of love. But fate is cruel and sometimes merciful. Even in the darkest alleys of Edo, a light appeared for Hakuji. Keizo, a dojo master, crossed his path. Unlike others, he didn't see a criminal. He saw a boy with fists hardened by struggle and a spirit unbroken by grief. Keizo pulled him in. He gave him discipline, purpose, and a place to stay. And that dojo gave Hakuji something he thought he'd never have again. Family. Because there he met Koyuki, Keizo's daughter. Gentle, patient, kind. Her laughter reached places in Hakuji's heart that he thought were long dead. With them, he wasn't a thief. He wasn't an outcast. He wasn't a criminal branded by tattoos. He was a student, a fiancé, a man with a future. Soft, for the first time, Hakuji dreamed of happiness. Section 3. The cruel joke of fate. But happiness is fragile, and fate does not forgive. While Hakuji fetched medicine for Koyuki's illness, rivals who envied Keizo's dojo struck with venom. They poisoned the well, the heart of the household. And when Hakuji returned, eager, desperate, clinging to hope, he found silence, he found stillness. So, Koyuki, gone. The woman who had healed his wounds, the man who had given him purpose, lifeless. And the dojo filled only with the sound of his screams. The future he built was crushed in an instant. The warmth in his chest turned to ash, and in that ruin, rage consumed him. Section 4. Birth of a Demon. In that moment of rage, Hakuji stopped being human. The rival dojo was destroyed. He slaughtered every single man with his bare fists, not as a warrior, not as a student of martial arts, but as a beast, guided only by bloodlust. And it was then that Muzan Kibutsuji appeared. Muzan saw the broken boy, the empty shell of a man, and he whispered promises of strength, of power, of never being weak again. Hakuji, the boy who had lost everything, accepted. And from that moment, he ceased to be Hakuji. He was reborn as Akaza, upper rank 3, a demon cursed with strength. Section 5. The curse of strength. Strength. It was what Hakuji lacked. It was what Akaza gained, but it was also what chained him for eternity. As Akaza, he grew obsessed with battle. Every punch, every strike, it was no longer survival. It was proof that his existence had meaning, that he wasn't just a boy who lost everything. But beneath that obsession, lay the truth. He refused to kill women. Even as a demon, some part of him remembered Koyuki, the warmth of her touch, the love she gave. So he fought only men, challenged them, demanded they give him the honor of strength. But in truth, every fight was Hakuji screaming in silence. Why couldn't I be strong enough to save them? Section 6, Akaza versus Rengoku, the Clash of Wills. And then came one of his most unforgettable battles, the Mugen Train. Akaza descended upon the flame Hashira. Kyojuro Rengoku. Rengoku, the man of fire, stood tall with unshakable resolve. A man who embodied everything Akaza was not: discipline, honor, family. The clash between them shook the forest, ignited the night sky, fist against blade, technique against technique. Two warriors destined to clash. Akaza admired Rengoku. He respected him so deeply that he offered him immortality. Become a demon, he pleaded. Train for centuries, grow stronger with me. But Rengoku refused, because true strength was not about living forever. It was about protecting others in the time you're given. And so Rengoku fell, but not without leaving a scar, not on Akaza's body, but on his heart. For the first time in centuries, Akaza felt shame. Section 7, the final battle, Akaza's end. Akaza's end came at the hands of Tanjiro Kamado and Giyu Tomioka, the boy with unyielding resolve, and the water Hashira with calm precision. The battle was brutal. Fists shattered blades, blood stained the snow. But Tanjiro's words cut deeper than any sword. He called Akaza a coward, a man who ran from his humanity, a man who used strength as an excuse for weakness of the heart. Soft, and those words pierced deeper than Muzan's curse. For in that moment, Hakuji's memories came rushing back. Koyuki's smile, Keizo's guidance, his father's sacrifice. The man he was and the monster he became collided. And so Akaza did something no upper rank had ever done. He let go. He accepted death, not as Akaza, but as Hakuji, the boy who only ever wanted to protect the ones he loved. Akaza was feared as a demon, but mourned as a man. He wasn't born evil. He was shaped by tragedy, broken by fate, and trapped in a curse he never chose. And that is why it sucks to be Akaza. But now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Akaza deserved redemption, or was he too far gone to be forgiven? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you felt the emotion in Akaza's story, don't forget to like this video